Yes, sir.
All right, so can you tell me about what led to your interest in working in sports?
For sure. First of all, I'm John Lopez, and I'm a professional photographer and filmmaker. My passion for sports started when I was a kid. It started off as me playing basketball in New York City, and I had aspirations of playing in the NBA and helping the New York Knicks win a championship. And when those dreams fell through, I found another path to realize them. And so then I started going behind the lens. And, my passion kind of carried me from the playgrounds of New York City to the Olympics and everywhere in between. Yeah, my career path has been nothing short of a dream come true, right? I've kind of carved it out for myself. So, knowing that I wanted to be in the world of professional sports, I just spent, at least 10,000 hours on the playgrounds of New York City at first, where that was the only place I had access to. I didn't have access to the NBA or elite universities. And so from there, my work started gaining the attention of big brands like Nike and FIBA, the International Basketball Federation. And from there, I started shooting Olympic qualifying tournaments all across our hemisphere. So from Canada down to Argentina and all around there. Then I shot the first ever basketball World Cup in Spain, which was amazing. Then I was invited to shoot the Rio Olympics in 2016. I got a chance to work for the Knicks. Ironically, I always wanted to play for that team, and so through my passion behind the lens, I was able to join the team and be a part of that experience, which was an incredible experience for me. Yeah, so there were a lot of them. So currently, I'm the president and founder of my own company, John Lopez Creative. And there were lots of challenges and obstacles for that, right? I'm a first generation high school graduate in my immediate family. There was no blueprint for me to do anything. By the time I graduated high school, I had already surpassed the education level of my family, right? So starting my own business was crazy to everybody. Everybody was like, oh man, you're crazy. You should do something a little bit more stable, have a stable income and do this and that. And that was all sound advice from people who love me and, based on their own experiences. But I had a different vision for myself. And so I had to really overcome any self-doubt and doubt from people who love me, frankly. To say, no, I think I could do this on my own and I'm going to do it my way and I'm going to find some success doing that. For my passion, right? Just picked up a camera and got to kind of do what I love. And, I've been to China. I've been to 3, 4. Yeah, I've been on 4 continents and dozens of countries all over the world because of this passion, right? Like I literally have had the opportunity to see the world, and not only that, but like I have friends in all these places now. So I know if I go down to South Africa, there's a spare room I could sleep in, or somebody's couch at least. I know that if I go down to Argentina, I have a group of people who I can go hang out with and can show me around. If I go to Switzerland, if I go to obviously throughout the Caribbean, Puerto Rico, Bahamas, and across America for sure, and in Canada, I've developed these strong relationships with people all around the world, which is such a beautiful thing and a beautiful way to understand humanity and to kind of look beyond the borders of my own bubble, my own community, my own world, my own country, and really get to look through the lens of other accomplished, happy, successful, talented human beings. Securing new work, finding new clients. There's many ways to kind of grow in a business. And so one of the ways is to get more clients and new clients. Another way is to build with existing clients and try to push them in more directions to find other opportunities to help add value for them. And also create more financial opportunities for yourself. There really are no normal days, but it depends on whether I'm shooting or whether I'm editing or whether I'm trying to just put together pictures, right? So if I'm shooting, I will have done some pre-production calls if I have a crew, right? Usually I might be hiring one or many people, to help me out. So I will have been making a bunch of phone calls. If we're traveling, then I might be booking their flights or hiring a producer to help me book their flights and handle the logistics of hotels or Airbnbs, rental cars, all of that stuff, building out budgets, developing concepts. So I'm always trying to think of, where are my strengths and how can I use them to add value for a client that I really want to work with. Hard work. Don't be afraid to do things for free. Build spec work, right? So put your ideas on paper and do your best to execute them with the resources you have at your disposal. I think a lot of people feel like they need to have access to the most expensive equipment or, the most, influential talent. But if you want to prove that you're capable of photographing somebody like LeBron James, you got to be able to do it with somebody in your community first, right? Start with your family, start with your parents or grandparents or, whatever the case might be. And just get the practice in, right? So really develop that, but really sharpen your concepts and then your technical skills to follow. And then put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to be ridiculed. Don't be afraid of people to see your work and judge you. Because if that's the space you want to be in, then you got to be willing to take that and know that you'll navigate to where your value will be valued. It depends. I could fall back on travel for the immediate future. I could start picking it back up again as I get older. Maybe they could travel with me for some things. Or I'm a big fan of paying everything I've kind of learned forward. So I started teaching more. So I've launched a workshop where I'm teaching people the skills that I've learned and how to overcome some of the obstacles that I've faced in terms of getting their foot in the industry, building strong portfolios, and presenting themselves in a way that will allow them to have thriving careers the way that I have. So I can see myself shifting my business model to doing a lot more teaching and mentoring, coaching, rather than actually shooting as much.